Hello everybody, welcome back to the playground. This episode's brought to you by these old anvils and this ball bearing and this Brent Bailey made rounding hammer. A couple episodes ago we showed you how to mount an anvil in a wood stump. This is the episode number 2 of mounting an anvil. There's nothing wrong with mounting an anvil in a stump, but usually you want to embed it into the ground. A lot of experts say to embed it about a meter or a yard into the ground. That way it doesn't walk around on you. It served us well for a while, but it would rock around and move on us, so we decided to make stands out of scrap that we had here, and I will go through the details on them. Don't be fooled by these anvils. These are still the same anvils. This anvil is an American made solid tool steel Colombian anvil. Last time these were made was in 1923. This one is a Swedish solder floors, roughly about the same time period. So they are literally about a century old, but in anvil lifetimes, that is roughly a teenager. These anvils are extremely hard. That's why you can see that there's edge damage on them from missed hammer blows, and it will chip instead of rounding. This one, same thing. It was used for cold horseshoeing out on the plains of Wyoming for many years. All we did was paint them up after we built the stands and painted the stands to protect them from the weather, since our playground is outdoors right now. If I ever want to take the paint off, all I have to do is take a wire brush and a drill and knock the paint off. But this episode is about the stands. These stands are roughly 1-inch thick plate or 50 mil. You don't need to make them that thick. That's just what I had hanging around. The width is 9 inches or roughly 450 mil. The length is 12 inches or roughly 600 mil. The legs are 100 mil. We cut them at a 15-degree angle, top and bottom, and then we tied them together with just some straps to keep them from spreading if we ever do have any heavy sledging on them. On the very bottom, you can see we put plate to keep it from sinking into the ground and filling these legs full of dirt. This is what is referred to as a tripod stand. They are extremely stable, even on rough surfaces. You can make them with wider stances if you want. I just decided to cut it at a 15-degree angle, and that's what we decided we'd try it out with. Now, to keep the ring down, because these anvils are known for their ringing, we put a rubber mat in between. Online, a lot of people will tell you to put silicone and then drop your anvil on the wet silicone. I don't recommend that, because silicone has an acid in it that will etch your metal and it will start rusting. You can just use any old rubber mat. A floor pad from a truck or a car will do. But just to show you how muted the ring is now, we will use our Brent Bailey hammer. Get out towards the heel, you still have some ringing. Now on the Colombian, quite a bit more muted. Now the mat doesn't damage the rebound at all. Hopefully you can see this. What this shows is that it is a hardened steel anvil with a hardened steel ball bearing, so you get really good rebound. So we've got quieter anvils. They're more stable than when they were on these old stumps. You might be wondering how we strapped them down. We used 1/2 inch thick or 25 mil cable. We welded on some nuts and we just bolted them down. When you move it, it moves anvil and stand at once. Easy to tear apart, easy to bolt down. Some people, you'll notice, they'll use chains to wrap around and chain it down. Others will use straps. We just had this cable and decided to use it. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this episode and you enjoyed seeing how to properly mount an anvil. Another little tidbit extra: some people will fill these legs full of sand. I did not. I didn't think that the ring would be that loud because of the rubber mat in between the anvil and stand. But that's another way that people will deaden the ring, is by filling the legs full of sand. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Come on back, visit us again. See you later.